Imagine someone bigger than you walks up on you, threatens you, puts their hands on you, you get in a fight, and you defend yourself with the only legal protection you have. And then it turns fatal and ruins the both of your lives. This is the story of Karmelo Anthony. In this video, I'm gonna give all the details about what reportedly happened, why millions of people are upset, and one life lesson we can learn from this to improve our lives. But before we do, hi, I'm Victor Dream. My mission is to help us be empowered and inspired to create the life of our dreams and grow through powerful stories like these. Let's get into it. According to reports, this story happened in Frisco, Texas, where two teenagers named Karmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf, both 17 years old at the time, had an altercation that changed both of their lives forever. According to reports, they were both at a high school track meet when suddenly heavy rain started coming down, and the track meet was reportedly delayed because of this extreme weather condition. And Karmelo went under another team's tent to get out of the rain, where he unfortunately met Austin Metcalf and his twin brother, who were reportedly also in that tent. According to court reporting, Austin told Karmelo to leave. Pause. It's raining, the event is delayed, and this young man is trying to stay dry, and somehow this becomes a confrontation? In my opinion, that already sounds so unnecessary and like bullying. According to reports, Karmelo Anthony was a 17-year-old black teenager who was approximately only 5'8" and 130 pounds, while Austin Metcalf and his twin brother were huge. These white teenagers were approximately 6'1" and around 215 pounds each. The size difference between these two huge brothers and this small teenager is huge. And according to the defense, the size difference played a major role in why Karmelo says that he felt threatened during this confrontation. According to reports, one witness testified that Austin then pushed Karmelo with both hands because Karmelo refused to leave the tent in the rain. According to that witness, Karmelo then pulled out a knife and stabbed Austin once in the chest to defend himself. And sadly, that one stab wound became fatal. And this is super sad that this ended that way. But the reason this case has so many people angry is because the conversation is deeper than just a death. It's about what happened after. It's about whether Karmelo was defending himself. It's about whether the law sees a scared black child the same way they see other children. That is the conflict. Karmelo's defense attorney said that he was scared. He was way smaller. These kids were almost double his weight each. So he reacted to the kid hitting him out of fear with the knife. The prosecution argued that the force was not justified and the stabbing was intentional and beyond what the situation called for. And according to reports, the jury rejected the self-defense argument that Karmelo and his attorneys were going for, and instead they sentenced him to 35 years in prison. Yes, 35. Now, this is where people are upset because critics are saying, wait a minute, if someone bigger than you puts their hands on you, tries to fight you, what are you supposed to do in a situation like this? Are you supposed to wait until they badly hurt you to death? Are vulnerable people supposed to wait until danger becomes fatal before they are allowed to protect themselves with a legal object? Because imagine if you are a woman walking home, or a gay person being threatened, or a person of color being racially threatened, and someone bigger hits you or attacks you. You protect yourself with a legal object like a knife or pepper spray, and then their friends say you started it, or the courtroom says you used too much force for the situation. Now what? You go to prison for the rest of your life? This precedent becomes very terrifying because for people of color, this hits us differently because we are technically free and equal like any other white counterpart, but the law doesn't always protect us the same way that it protects other people. We've seen that through slavery, through Jim Crow, through segregation, through now ICE and how they're treating children. The law may exist on paper, but in real life, that sometimes that paper feels really thin. And according to reports, no black jurors were selected for the jury in this case, which is wild. They could have at least had one black person up there who can relate to a situation like this. Having a jury of all white people is imbalanced, especially in the state of Texas. Where there's a history of racism, this injustice is why people are protesting. This is bigger than just one fight under a tent during the rain, because this is about who gets believed, who gets protected, who gets grace, who gets seen as scared, and who gets seen as dangerous. It's scary because we're always told to protect yourself if you're getting attacked. Carry mace, carry protection. This kid had a pocket knife, and that's completely legal to have one in America. Our society tells us not to be a victim, fight back. But when someone actually fights back like this kid, the law may turn around and say, not like that, that was too much. And honestly, giving a 35-year sentence to a teenager for an accident and a high school fight is crazy. Let's be honest, a whole bunch of elites and billionaires are getting exposed for their nasty, illegal behavior, and no one's sending them to prison. They're doing far more heinous, evil stuff and getting away with it and not even spending a day in prison. But the justice system sure will work and go after black teenagers. So what lesson can we learn from this? Do not escalate situations with chaotic people. And I don't mean that you should just allow people to bully you. No. I'm saying this because one bad interaction like this can destroy your entire life. We get to learn to keep our hands to ourselves. Do not start fights and don't hit back. I'm a big fan of run away and tell the po-po. Tell the police. Oh, you hit me? I'm gonna record on TikTok and document it and make sure you get arrested. Do not assume you know what you're dealing with. For the two white kids, I'm like, why would you hit a random stranger? You don't know if they have a weapon on them. Especially in a state like Texas, it's legal to have guns, knives, and everything to protect yourself. Why are you going out starting a fight for nothing? Also, I'm not a big fan of fighting because you don't know what people are going through, what trauma they have. I have too much to lose to get in a fight with some random stranger on the street. This is just a reminder that just because there's laws that say you can protect yourself, let's never allow some random jury to decide the fate of the future of our life. Especially in a country like America, we can sue. So if someone hits you and they bully you, time to call the lawyer. Comment below your thoughts on this case and the lesson that you learned from this. Mwah. Have a beautiful day and follow.